Hello, everyone, and my name is Kanika, and I am so glad today to bring to you this first ever edition of the Humans of AM Triple P. I have with me the privilege of having one of my own classmates, Swati Pandey, who is working as Postmaster General, India Post with Government of India. She is posted in Mumbai and has experience of nearly 24 years. I think, Swati, first, before we start off, it's very important that we let our listeners understand what is meant by Postmaster General. What do you really do?
Good afternoon, all. Very good question. Because we oft, as bureaucrats say, are the women behind the camera. Here, the post office. Quite simply, let me explain this to you that I work as the CEO of India Post in Mumbai, a company that churns out 1,000 crore business a year, and I'm in the business of mails. So that's business mails this time, and the savings bank. So I run a bank, 60% of my operations is banking, and 40% mails, and in a very human resource rich kind of environment. So that's quite simply put, the Postmaster General.
Wow, that sounds fantastic. I don't think any of the listeners would ever imagine Postmaster General being equated to the CEO of an organization.
Absolutely.
You almost made it sound like, a business unit which is profit making. So tell us the evolution of typical post office is Dakiya Dak Laya.
That's right.
We all remember the Hindi song and we think of Khaki Vardi mein ek Dakiya aa raha hai is going from house to house. So what is it to really manage the Dak Babus, as you call them, being a woman at the helm of affairs? And do you actually have women as Dak Babus or BBs for that matter?
Actually, Kanika, this department is such a rich department, especially when we talk about the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav 75 years. I have the privilege of serving an institution that's 167 years old. An institution that has been inclusive vis-a-vis regions, cultures, and also gender.
Yeah.
So among the 6,000 manpower that I head, sadly, I do not know why it's called manpower because erstwhile it was just man, absolutely. Yeah. So man and women power, if I may say, that's the new word we can coin together. Today we have our postmen, again, a misnomer because of my 2,000 postmen, about 140 are postmen, women. So no words coined for them. I do not know, should I call them lady postmen or post women? And these are all young ones. So young girls have come in, bending the gender stereotype.
Amazing.
Because it's a role that's very unique, very different. They literally have to be walking across the streets of whatever city they serve. So how does it feel to be heading? I think it brings about a unique angle of empathy when you run, again, like I said, a manpower rich department that looks into finance. Yeah. My business is to make, money but with a social outlook.
Yeah, fantastic. So how do you make money, Swati, if I can ask you?
Oh, yes. As I said, that we do business mails. So a major chunk of my premium product is Speed Post. And if I may say, churn out numbers, because corporate India loves numbers, I earn about 50 to 60 crore a month in Speed Post revenue.
Wow, that's huge.
Absolutely. And NSDL, what we've been, depositories, NSDL gives me about 150 to 200 crore of business a year. Wow. Only Speed Post. So these are the mind-boggling numbers. The rest comes from, we have the biggest mandate of financial inclusion. And Mumbai city classically is not only of the great skies rises we know, it's also about the slums. It's also about the migrant population, the floating population.
Absolutely.
And they are the most sensitive sector that needs to be in a formal banking setup. And who but the post office? Because we are a doorstep banking facility.
Right.
So that's how, the more the numbers I churn, the more I do the social good, the more I get them into formal banking setup, and the more relevant I am. I have never understood the question about what's your relevance.
Fantastic. And I think I must bring it to my listeners because they can't see you and I can see you. Swati is very creative at not just the tasks that she handles at post office, but also just her entire demeanor. And that brings me to the question of creativity, Swati. I'm drawn by, this beautiful sari that you're wearing with a Madhubani printed, blouse and the neck piece that you have with all the tribal art that I can see there. So tell us the creative aspect of being a Postmaster General. And I would also follow it up with, I know you have your own creative pursuits. And with that, it's inspiring that you have just recently won the national award. So talk us through that journey.
Kanika, from the post office, as you know, it's a network department.
Right.
It's a department that's there in every corner of this great country.
Right.
And I've had the privilege to be serving in Maharashtra interiors, Chandrapur, Gadchiroli. So, when you actually travel a lot and you are there in the hinterland, you learn and you pick up these nuances of arts and crafts. Like you said, my sari is from Banaras, my neck piece is from Ladakh, and the Bihar Madhubani. It's beautifully, it's pearls of Indian culture that's in a necklace, and that comes from working in the post office, because you possibly have been to every place, picking up nuances that you don't know you're picking up. It just stays there and it comes out. And in India Post, we've had the good fortune to also look into a creative side, because more the manpower, more you learn from each staff. You can cross your boundaries if you are creative. And I think in one of my ethics class that Arushi taught, I wrote about the characteristic that I had is pushing the frontiers of imagination.
Right.
I love to think out of the box.
Right.
I think that comes to me automatically.
Right.
And during one of these journeys, and since I come from a lineage of Oriya Bengali, my dad's from erstwhile refugee from East Pakistan, 48 refugee, and my mom's from Odisha. So I happened to meet a lady who, of course, sadly is no more, Rama Khandwala, who used to serve in Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's army, INA, and what was the most interesting part of this whole journey? She is one of the few people whom I met who's met Netaji. He's a person of Indian history who I think, who has not been given as much.
Represented.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is a person who not only talked about Netaji as whom we know, the freedom fighter, but as a loving father, as a husband.
Yeah.
And she was talking to us about the letters he wrote to his wife in Austria about how much he loves her, but he loves his country more.
Yeah.
So, I was so enthused, and for me it was a dream come true, a fangirl moment in my obedience to Netaji.
Yeah.
So, and I was lucky that the movie did win the national award, but that's just being lucky. It was for me a journey in creativity and my own passions.
Fantastic. And what would be your advice to people out there who are listening, who want to make award-winning documentaries and aspire to actually win the national award someday? So given that you're so inspirational, dynamic, Swati, what would be your piece of advice to them?
Follow your dreams.
Yeah.
Never shy away. You have an idea. Please don't be scared that people are going to laugh at you. I've had hundreds of ideas, and people laugh at 99. But there's one thing that clicks, it's like any other journey of your life.
Yeah.
Please follow your dreams, have the courage, and be passionate about it. It cannot be done half-heartedly. Nothing in life follows half-heartedness, You have to believe in your own dream and just go about it. The force finds a way.
Okay, so Swati, also talk us about what does it mean to be, the number one CEO, leading about, these thousands of men in your ambit.
Kanika, that's when I said that empathy really matters.
Yeah.
Because in an organization that's always been men-driven, like I said, manpower, you bring in your unique experiences about diversity.
Right.
And when I say diversity, it does not just mean cultural. It means about doing the same work with a different context, you know. And here I would say that I'm not sure whether it's gender stereotyping, but women have this eye for detail and eye for public relationships. And this is what matters a lot, because, when men sit in powers, they look at money, finances. When we are at the job, we also look for relationships.
Yes.
And I think for me, it's been a relationship builder. And when I sit in my leadership position, I think I'm gender neutral. It's taking both the genders together, and amalgamating them into one, experience that's rich for both parties. Because you cannot have gender enrichment, a gender experience without the other.
Absolutely.
So I think for me, the number one goal is to have empathy and to build relationships. And that's how I have been with Mumbai, which is a high pressure cooker for any job in Mumbai, as you would know, no matter what you're leading in Mumbai, expectations are always running high. And that's what's been my
It's as tall
forte.
as the skyscrapers there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Be it public, be it private. Mumbai is Mumbai. Amchi Mumbai is a different place altogether.
Absolutely. Fantastic. So on that note of the force finding the way, may the force always be with you, Swati.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being with us and stringing together all the pearls of cultural diversity that this beautiful country has. May everyone be inspired by you. May we all also see the post office with a renewed lens.
Absolutely.
Over and out from the batch of AM Triple P. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much.